Hello, artists. This is part 4 in our Color and Light series, where we're discussing how science applies to art. And we're also going to be talking about aesthetics. We're still talking about aesthetics, which is a noun describing a set of principles concerned with the nature and appreciation of beauty, especially in art. I want to remind you of the phrase I used last time. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, which means beauty is in the eye of the person who is looking at it, and kind of dealing with the idea of what is beautiful to you as a unique individual. We are reviewing some of the terms we used right before spring break, but we're not just reviewing them. I'm giving you some examples so that you can really get these down and really understand them well. The first term that we're going to talk about today is analogous colors. Now, a lot of you said that analogous, that word, was either new to you or you had seen it before and you didn't know exactly what it meant. So I want to make sure we really get analogous colors down solid and you guys understand it. Analogous colors are 3 or more, it can be more, colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. Notice over here, here's the example that they are giving us. This orange with the yellow orange on one side and the red orange on the other side. So there are no spaces. They are right up next to each other on the color wheel. These hues are close together, which means that they are generally in the same relative family of colors. And just like any close family, this can be both a blessing and a challenge, as I am sure you all are experiencing right now, as you are shut in with your family, your siblings and your parents, and probably getting quite enough of each other. So there are good things about being in a family, and then there are things that are challenging about being in a family. So the blessing in this color scheme is that the colors are automatically harmonious. It is nearly impossible for these colors to clash or look ugly next to each other. On the other hand, the challenge is that it can be difficult to create enough variety. It can be kind of boring unless you make the most of your chosen color palette. Okay, so I want to show you the Art Ranked Discovery Engine website. It lists art under specific categories. So we're going to pop over here. This is the Analogous Color page on their Art Ranked Discovery Engine. They have lots and lots of different terms that art can be sorted underneath. And this is the Analogous Color page. You'll see that each of these individual pieces of artwork is showing you an analogous color scheme, a scheme where the colors are right next to each other. This horse has a yellow and kind of an orange yellow and a dark green in the horse's eye. So there are several different, probably 4 different colors in that one. One of the ones that my eye is really drawn to is this painting of the young woman here with that icy blue and the lavender and purple. For some reason, that one just really stands out to me. Oh, and this is one I really like as well. This lagoon with the orange and the red and the purple. There are lots of different paintings on this website. I really like that about Art Ranked. You can see quite a lot of different examples of the same thing. So this category is analogous colors, and it draws from quite a few places online. Okay, so I'm going to pop back over to our color and light presentation here. So there are some examples of analogous colors, and then this is an example of a famous painting. This one's by Vincent van Gogh, and it's called Irises. You'll see that the main colors in it are green, blue, and blue purple. However, Van Gogh was an amazing genius colorist. So he did something extra, of course, to make the colors really pop and really sparkle. He used just a tiny bit of yellow and yellow green in certain areas of the leaf. And he also dropped little bits of yellow in the flowers up here. He did this to create contrast against the blue and the green in other parts of the leaves and the blue purple of the irises. And it gives everything just that extra little bit of sparkle and beauty. Okay, the next color scheme I want to remind you of that we talked about was complementary colors. And this isn't compliment, like I'm telling you what a nice person you are. This is complement. They're spelled differently. Complementary colors are any two colors that are directly opposite of each other on the color wheel. They have a very high contrast relationship. The most well-known pairs are over here. They're the red and the green, the purple and the yellow, and the blue and the orange. However, I want to point out to you, it isn't just these colors that are directly across from each other, like the orange and the blue we just talked about. Another complement of each other are this yellow-orange, which is directly across from this purple-blue. So any two colors that are directly opposite each other are complements. As an artist, knowing which colors are complementary to one another can help you make really good color decisions. For instance, complementaries can make each other appear brighter. That kind of pop that happens over here. They can be mixed to create an effective neutral hue. Probably what they used to create this gray was the purple and yellow. And they can be blended together for some really lovely shadows. Complementary colors can create some absolutely striking optical effects. And really good example of that is this painting called Sunset in Venice by Claude Monet. He has used the blue and the orange complementary colors to capture the vibrancy of a sunset over water. When I look at this painting, I see a sunset that I have seen before, that shocking orange-red fire over water, and you can almost see the water moving and splashing that white, bright light up into your face as it's sparkling underneath you where you're standing. Monet was an impressionist, which means he attempted to paint the spontaneous, immediate play of light and movement as he saw it right in that moment. Spontaneous means right then, just all of a sudden. So he's trying to capture the all of a suddenness of this beautiful sunset. So today we've talked about complementary colors and we have talked about analogous colors. And I got help from these places. Art Ranked was that search engine where I showed you the page of different analogous color paintings. And then the color wheel artist had some really interesting things to say about analogous colors and complementary colors. I used some of her thoughts for both of those. I also looked at Wikipedia for some specific details about Monet's painting and Van Gogh. And I want to remind you again that there are some amazing museums online where you can find amazing pieces of art that you have never seen before. Paintings and sculpture and jewelry, just beautiful things. So if you are bored, go take a trip in a good museum. Today we looked at a painting from the Met, I think, and again from Van Gogh's museum. I hope that you have enjoyed seeing these examples and that they are helpful for you as you look at different ways to think about aesthetics and what is beautiful to you.